The subject of this video is relationship with money, and this is part 1. Namaskar. My business is in crisis, and I am in crisis. Your father is working very hard. That's why he has success. That's why he has good salary. First, stabilizing ourselves, then stabilizing situation outside. And then everything collapses, and next day you are trying to find the waitress job. Hi, crisis. What are you for? My company would be little part. I would like to divorce. No connection, putting effort and result. Welcome to AB Lifetime, channel about mental health. And I'm Anna Bobikova. When people come to me with a central subject, money, of course, there are some subjects underneath that. In this video, I would like to make the requests which people are coming with more clear, and you can see the requests which people are coming with, and probably you can recognize yourself in that requests, and then you can somehow incorporate the knowledge and the ideas of my counseling process into your life. And this all going to be about money. Organize them into the groups so you can recognize your request. Stay with me, and in these 3 videos I will be talking about. First one is when primary person is coming with a request, I'm losing money, I'm often losing money, I'm losing everything. In reality, we are talking about crisis, life crisis, or even loss. When you lost your job, when you lost your money, when you lost your house, or even your wife left you, when the inner feeling is, oh my God, this is happening with me. Oh God, what is it for? Next one is the purpose. When the life purpose was not found, people think that it's okay when you do not have life purpose when you are 18, 20 years old and you are still in search, and when you are 30, it's already, people would say, you should be find yourself already. But what to do when you are 50 and when you are 55 and it's still, you feel like it's crisis after crisis, you are not happy with what you are doing, continue live all the time unhappy or change something. So we will be talking about that. Next point is about when you would like to move forward to new level, to higher level, with money, with career. And what stops you? I tried to group here all the questions, with all the requests people are coming with, but the most important connected to money is life purpose and new level. Next point is constant doubts or just doubts. When people are coming with the request, I like this, I start that, I have the enthusiasm, I start that, and for some reasons I stop doing that. Next request, I don't like this job and I try to change it, and I keep doing that, and at my previous job I didn't like it. It is very often with women. Women are coming with this request mostly. Next one is opening a new project. Often it is to do that or not to do when you are in front of making decision. Does it make sense to take the risks? And last one is greediness. When you see that inside yourself or you see in other person, when spending money turning into unhealthy way of saving money, too much saving money, like it is becoming the main focus of the life to save money, or when people are buying something what they don't like just to save money. For example, you like this red dress and you don't like pink one, and you're buying pink one just because it saves you money, but you are not happy with that. All these 3 videos have the same structure. Each one will have the case in the beginning of each part, then case analysis, and in the end summary. And the third part will have the general summary for all 3 videos. In each video, in the cases and a little bit afterwards, after case and case analysis, I use psychodrama techniques. Mostly I do role reversal and doubling, so you can see what I use in my work and how it works. Okay, let's jump into the case and then we will see case analysis. Let me introduce you to Douglas. I have a travel agency. I don't know what's going on with money, and my business is in crisis, and I am in crisis. Yes, I did have the success, and my business had success. It's like, it's going like waves, sometimes success, sometimes not, but when I am in this crisis, it just, I don't know, it is, I'm in crisis, business in crisis. And the main thing right now, I understand crisis is before because the economy was not good, but right now everything is all right. And for some reasons my business in crisis. I don't know why. No businesses have crises right now. Everybody are thriving, and what the heck is going on? I don't know. So I have ideas to sell it, or maybe just close it and do whatever. And what is my purpose? You know what? I really love to help people to go to their vacations. And I don't even like do it myself. I love to guide people, my employees, so and create this great team. I have very good team. And so I'm organizing everything. I'm guiding people so people can, my employees can help other people to go to their vacations. And by the way, I also, what is my purpose? I love, so like about from 10 to 20%, I do the charity for one project. We help children in one African country. Do you see that it is crisis after crisis? You should sell your business and not have problems. I honestly don't know how you are with your skills were able to create this business. You are stupid. It happened just by accident. You were not able to create this business. It shouldn't be thriving at all. But this project is like your child. It is what you love. And it is your purpose. And you are doing it wonderful. Look at your team, which you were able to create. Look what you do for your people. It is your purpose, and you are strong in that. Case analysis. We see that Douglas is the business owner. About the business, we see that business is already established, everything is okay. I mean, okay, the business is working for years. Douglas satisfied with that. We see that there are some financial problems and money problems, right? It's a regional primary request which Douglas came with. And also we see that Douglas have his inner crisis. Here is what is very important. Primary is Douglas's inner crisis. All other things, money, what's going on there in business, and his decisions which he's making as manager, it's all secondary. So primarily what we need to see is Douglas's crisis, right? And what I would pay attention to here is what's going on at home. Who is supporting him? At home or support system. Does he have any people who support him? And also at work, right? Does he have supporters? I have a hypothesis that probably he does have at work, how he sound there, he does have strong team at work. Anyway, that need to be checked. Home and friends and the work. It looks like he is overwhelmed with everything what's happening. So we need to unwrap and just see it step by step. There is no ways to live without the crises. There is no stability in this world. and no any business can be constantly successful. With this, knowing that, it is important then next step to understand how to go through the business crisis, knowing that it is only crisis, and then it's always crisis, good, crisis, stable, right? How to go through this crisis with knowing that. Crisis and losses. I would like to step a little bit back and talk about when we are working with crisis and when the crisis is connected to the loss. People would often come into counseling with losses of houses, losses of family, losses of job. Of course, people are coming with very low amount of energy, and they would complain, I do not have energy. I'm asking, so what do you want to do? And the person tells, I want to sleep. So the question is, do you let yourself sleep? Do you let yourself recover? Do you let yourself to get this energy back? Or you are using your body as a resource to find new job, for example, or get money, extra money. Person would tell that, but I need to find the job, right? It is important at that moment when you are experiencing this crisis. It is important to pay attention to the inner world. Stabilize yourself. Primary is inner crisis. So first, stabilizing ourselves, then stabilizing situation outside. Business, new job, family, ex-wife, everything. First, self, becoming strong again, right? Getting energy back. How you can do it's up to you, right? There are many different variations. Going to counselor, mentors, trainings, church, whatever you choose. But what it's important for you to turn 180 degrees, look inside yourself, see what helps you. It means that is your resource. And with that resource, becoming stable and strong back yourself, and then paying attention for outside crisis. This is my favorite one. It's important to understand that result is not always a straight connection to the effort you put in your work or any other activity. There is no straight correlation. There is no straight dependency of result and effort. We all raised in Western culture. We all know these motivational phrases which sound like the more effort you put, better result you get. There are other universe rules. I'm not talking about that. The most important, just start to pay attention and understand. Yes, it's not like I'm working hard today and in 1 month I will have the result. No, it doesn't work like that. Sometimes we have results 5 years later, 10 years later, 20 years later, 40 years later. And very often it works like this, that I'm putting much more effort and much more effort and much more effort, and then everything collapses. And sometimes with no even logical reasons. We do not see them. And it is important to understand and see that, yes, these things are happening. There are other universe rules. So each business owner, each famous figure have these stories. And the great example is economic crises that just recently, 2008 crisis. You are working hard and studying very hard and looking forward to have better position in the bank, and then everything collapses and you next day you are trying to find the waitress job and it's hard. There is no straight connection how much effort you put and what result you get. You will still get the result, but it can be 20 years later. Steve Jobs, great example when he lost all his companies, because it's each time it is a huge frustration when I believe that today if I work hard today and tomorrow I supposed to have a result, if I do not have result tomorrow, it is huge frustration. And also, very often people would even comment, oh, if you don't have result, or it means you just didn't work enough. No, it's not like that. And by the way, another interesting fact that we all see, we all know that sometimes at our work, our boss can be not that smart like we are, but having a much higher position and 5 times bigger salary. So what is the explanation for that? There are other rules. It's not about effort. It's not about harder work and then better result. Also, it's a great example about men know that when young man, young woman, they start to date and man gives her as a present $20 dinner in the restaurant. And she's happy and he sees that, and usually men are following the pattern, right? If she's happy, he thinks, then I just need to provide her. And next time he buys her a beautiful dress, then beautiful purse. And he expects that she will be happy or even happier. Sometimes she's happy, sometimes not. And then time passes and he buys her, I don't know, furniture, and they get married, and then buys her furniture, and then he gives her a good new car. And still he's following this expectation that more effort I put, better result is. The end result he counts as a result that she would be happier. In the end, he buys her a beautiful house, and then she tells him, I am absolutely not happy, I would like to divorce. No connection, putting effort and result. How do we have this originally? How do we have the idea of that result is connected to the effort? Let me show you. This is Douglas as a little boy. This is parent, any parent figure. It could be father, mother, grandmother, whatever. Douglas, you need to eat. If you don't eat today good, then you are going to be weak tomorrow. You will get sick. Yeah, you will receive bad result. Do your homework. Only hard working brings the result. No success without hard working. No success. People who do not work hard, they do not become successful. See how good is your father. Your father is working very hard. That's why he has success. That's why he has good salary. What do we see here? We see that voice, which was real person in childhood, becomes as introject. This voice lives with us, and Douglas, as an adult person, believes that without hard working there is no result. Or result, today I'm doing this, and result supposed to be tomorrow. Right? That's how it works. We learned that it was real figure in childhood. As an adult, we just have these inner voices. In crises, do not choose what amount of work you've done, what amount of effort you put there. Crisis just coming. We're not talking today about why crisis is coming. It's just coming. We do not expect that, right? And crisis doesn't choose that, whom to come to. We can create this dialogue between Douglas and his crisis. I'm Douglas. This is Douglas's crisis. Hi, crisis. What are you for? Role reversal. Crisis. Douglas, I'm here to teach you. I'm something very important for you. If I would be not presented, you would not learn the lesson. You know that. And you already had this type of crises like me. You did learn, but you didn't learn complete lesson. You are becoming yourself when you have me. Life is not just about happiness. I am the one who helps to build your character. For example, like this. It's not exactly the words of each crisis, right? But for example, it can look like that. As a resume about crisis, so first we are dealing with inner crisis, then we are dealing with crisis at the business. Even they are not always predictable, but we all know that any business cannot survive without crises. And dealing with inner crisis and crisis at the business, I would like to show you a resourceful figure. It's intrapsychic role, right? Inner figure, inner healthy voice. And I would like to do it like this. Try to imagine that Douglas would pick up, for example, Steve Jobs as a resourceful figure. So in psychodramatic space, real Douglas would say, okay, probably if I could have the dialogue with Steve Jobs. I know that he went through many difficult things, and I think that Steve Jobs would be very helpful for me if I could have the dialogue with him, and he would be supportive. He would support me. I'm here, Douglas, and this is Steve Jobs, my supportive figure. Hi, Steve. You see what is the situation at my business, right? And I know that you went through even much worse circumstances and much more situations at your business, not even once. Could you please give me some recommendations and just tell me what to do? Because sometimes I even want to just sell this business, maybe get rid of this business because I don't have energy. Role reversal. I am Steve Jobs. Hi, Douglas. I know it's very hard. It's a hard situation. You are losing money right now as crazy. It was not predicted. I know it's hard, but you know what, my friend? It's just life. You like this business, right? There is your heart. There is where all your purpose. You love this business. Why you would get rid of that? It's just your life. I'm with you. And I support you in that you continue doing your business. And you are so smart guy, you know everything and you can go through your business. Just cut overheads, cut your personnel, and you will make it. I'm Anna right now. So something like that. So Douglas in the counseling space, so we have Douglas just role reverse. So he is taking, it's all his roles, include supportive figure. The next point is moving to a higher level. Include money or better position, buying additional business, just next step, right? Like development. I put it in this part to the Douglas's case because let's try to imagine Douglas he went through the crisis, and let's try to imagine 1 year later he's coming with the request of he wants to move forward and go to the next level, and he has some doubts. And I would say that his request would sound like this. Hi Anna, I'm Douglas. You remember that crisis last year, and I overcame, and I am successful, everything works good, but you know what? I got bored, and everything is the same, each day the same, and I just would like to, I don't know, I would like some growth. So I recently received the very good offer of buying the touristic company, much bigger than mine. My company would go there as a part of that business, and that business is bigger. It's like taking, my company would be a little part, and I'm buying the much bigger company. So what is on the scale is, one side is, I want to grow, I'm bored. And another part, the risk is, there is a risk that I can lose everything. Include, I can lose my little company. I don't know what to do. So in this particular case, usually we work with fears. In this, with Douglas, his fears are, this risk is to lose money and lose his business. What does it mean? When I work with the fears, we are watching each fear and going inside the fear and looking what's going on there. So for the person, it is important, for Douglas, it is important to be aware of this fear, what exactly I am afraid of, facing the fear. And then understanding, does this risk still worth for me to do this risk or not? The risk, and the thing is, with the business owners, we understand, right? That is what is the difference between regular employee and business owners. Business owners always take the risk. Then we understand that when person takes the risk, there is another thing, is experience. So does this experience worth it or not? And it is when person understands that, okay, I'm taking the risk, at the same time for this risk, I'm paying with the risk, and I'm paying for this wonderful experience. This is, I would say, healthy attitude, right? If the attitude are different, then it is a big question, right? It is important to explore these fears and be aware of all fears. Summary of this first part. In the beginning of this video, I mentioned that we will be touching main points. We touched in this part, we talked about crisis and or loss and moving to a new higher level. It was all on Douglas's example. All other points we will be watching in part 2 and part 3. They will have the same structure with psychodrama and with the cases. Please share your experience, your fears, your questions about money, what you think would be interesting to talk about. Share it below the video. If you still not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and like. It really helps me and it inspires me when I see that you like the videos. Also, what's important for me to say that I work in Monterey, California. I work individually and I do groups. If you live distantly, don't worry, I do online, so you can reach me online. Please go to my website or give a call. Thank you for watching. Namaste. See you in the second part.